Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a very good morning and salam sejahtera. I'm Abdul Hafiz bin Abdul Majid from Household and Social Urban Entomology Laboratory, Battle Control Research Unit, School of Biological Sciences, University of Science, Malaysia. Today I would like to present my research topic or my research presentation entitled Sustainable Termite Management Using Innovative and Selective Termite Baiting Method. First, before we go further detail, let's have an introduction. What is termites? Okay, basically termite is a social insect where they live in a colony, and that termites are very good important species where they recycle, act as decomposer, and organic matters. Imagine if in this world there's no termite. The dead debris, trees, leaves that fall in the ground of the forest, the termite work as a decompose. But in addition to that, some of the species, the lower grade termite, they are very important pests that cause a lot of damage not only to crops but to building structure. So how we control termite infestation, termite control and management? So there are two types of termite control practice. First, we can use non-chemical analytical control, but we are not going to talk about that very detail. But the conventional method are using the chemical treatment. So either pre-construction or post-construction. Picture of a termite baiting system product that have available in the market. So you place in the perimeter of the building. So once the termite feed on the wooden material, and we place it with the baits that have a small amount of IGR inside growth facilitator that will later on transfer to the whole colony and cause death. And how this works? So basically, termite they are in-ground insects. So when they have a wooden structure, if you look from the first picture here, they forage for food, and when they find a wooden structure, they will feed on it. So here, when you place an in-ground station that have a wooden sticks here, they will basically feed on these wooden sticks here. So again, when we place this wooden stick with the IGR bait, they'll not even realize that that wooden material have been changed into a active bait that have a IGR instead of filter. So how this work is by the social behavior of the termite itself, where the two important behavior that lead this particular termite baiting to work is the social behavior. So one is the grooming. I'm not mentioned here, the grooming. So else when the termite contact with the active baiting material, the IGR, the termite, other individual of termite, when they found this other individual termite that have been infested, they don't even realize that the body of the termite have been covered with IGR. So it will indirectly groom, and basically it will transfer from one individual of termite to another termite by grooming. Another one is through the trophallaxis. So there are two types of trophallaxis here. One is stomodil. So basically when they feed on the IGR bait, they will accumulate and transfer to the other individual by stomodil, mouth to mouth, and also through trophallaxis. So indirectly, the active ingredient of the bait product, they will transfer to the whole colony when they go back to the colony. So the research question here are, does the minimum termite baiting application are sufficient enough and perform as regular termite baiting practice? Why? Because basically when the basic method in managing termite infestation using baiting system are to place all those in-ground service stakes or in-ground active station throughout of the perimeter of the building. But how can we just only bait one station where the termite forage and have a sufficient result as a common practice in this particular termite baiting method? Because we want to have a sustainable termite pest management, or in a sense of green pest management. So basically, our objective are to evaluate the effectiveness of treatment by treating one active station. So we have all the station in the perimeter building, but we just want to treat only one station with IGR, with the active termite baiting product. So here we are using the chlorphenazine baits in eliminating the whole termite population here. So here are material and methods. We have basically 6 study sites, which consist of single unit bungalow house. We have sites which are the center of CMAX in USM, and also we have schools, a building that have been infested here. So basically here the sites, there are 6 sites for our study here. So basically, before we start, we're gonna place survey sticks installed in the whole perimeter of the building here. So basically here we have 6 study sites. We're going to place all the survey sticks throughout the particular building. But before that, we have to survey if this particular building have a termite infestation. Basically, we choose infestation that are very high in that place area. So once these particular survey sticks that we planted in the soil have been infested with termite, we're going to place it with the monitoring station. So this basically this monitoring station, I thought we're going to place it with the bait. So again, we placed these sticks with the monitoring station, and then throughout our study we're going to record the feeding consumption. So basically how we want to know if the particular bait are successfully are by looking at the feeding. So basically before we bait at the monitoring station, we have the about 9 set of pine sticks inside the station. So basically the termite will keep feeding on this particular wood material in the stations. So once the bait we place with the bait AI IGR conformal bait, so basically the feeding of this wooden material here will start to reduce. And then once the termites start to actively feeding, we can remove these baits that consist of the regular wooden material with the baits. This AI consists of the chlorphozoron IGR insubscription. Basically, we have to know the foraging area. So the main point about having this survey sticks placed here are to determine the foraging territory of the area here. So if you look here, the diamond shape is the extra station, the X is the motor station, and the foraging territory. So basically, we only bait one station here. So the one in the dark black circle in the whole of this particular map here is we only bait one out of the whole station we place in here. And importantly, we place this bait in the foraging territory area that have a active feeding. So you only put, important thing, we cannot just put AI, the baiting, the IGR bait in the station that are not where the termite are foraged. So here, if you look here, we place it in the one of the active station, the IGR, the one you want to see. Basic for regular pest control operator, they will place all the monitoring station with IGR. So that means if you look here, you have about 5 monitoring station here. They will place all this station, replace the wooden material, the wooden sticks with the IGR bait. Now we only place one to see does it have the same effect, same performance as a regular method where all the monitoring station have been placed with the active baits IGR. So here look the for this discussion. If you look here for all the 6 sites, so number of active stations are 4, and here even though we have a station, monitoring station, we either have it as IGR or above ground station. So if you look here, out of the 5 to 6 stations that we have in the site, we only bait one station with the IGR. So if you look here from the 0 day, so 0 day is the day when we start to bait, we place the bait, and we record the feeding. So again, remember in the visual method, I said the feeding have been recorded, the feeding consumption recorded from the wooden sticks. So once we place one station with the active IGR, active station with the IGR, circulator bait, so basically we can see the other motor station in the particular foraging territory area will start to reduce. So you look here when the feeding consumption start to reduce until after 6, the earliest from 4 to 10 weeks. So starting from 4 to 6 and to 10 weeks, we can see the whole colony start to eliminate. So the termite numbers start to reduce before and after. And then also from here, the total bait consumed are within 282 grams, and the lowest is around 216 grams. So again, it took about 4 to 6.3, 4 to 8.6 weeks, and the whole 10 weeks from the study, the whole colony had been eliminated. So basically, grooming and the prophylaxis will help to transfer this AI from their body to the individual termite that have not been directly contact with the bait. If you give us a whole discussion, that the small amount of bait application with only 282 grams per application is enough to eliminate the whole termite colony. And also, basically, this product also is because it's bait, we use less chemical, no barrier of chemical treatment throughout the building, and also it's low mining toxicity. So again, remember, uh, grooming and anthropologists play the whole major thing in termite baiting. So again, when we apply only one active station with IGR bait, that means that it is affordable for everyone. Actually, for us as a user, save money, because basically, generally for a regular double story terrace house, the cost for termite baiting system about 4,000 to 6,000. The cheapest can go around 3,000 plus, but that's still expensive here. So here, imagine that if you only place only one active termite baiting station with one IGR bait, and the effect are similar to the rest of the regular practice, so that means it's affordable. And also, again, this is clean and eco-friendly product. So here, the single termite baiting station is enough to eliminate the whole termite colony. Important